Hi, everyone. I hope all is well. I am Sandy. I'm your business strategist here, and I'm coming in here to talk to you about building a business, building wealth, building a plan to profit, building something that you can have live on and it can outlive you. Okay. Well, you may ask, what qualifies you to tell me how I can grow or how I can build anything? Well, my experience over 30 years in this entrepreneurship space, having owned businesses myself and having to grow and to redevelop other businesses that I am embarking on makes me overly qualified and been up here. I'm not coming from a textbook. Although I went to college for business administration and management, I went to school after I was an entrepreneur. So I didn't go to school and then decided to be an entrepreneur. I had it in me. So those that know me know what I'm capable and able and willing to accomplish and do. And even from that skill set and the gift from God, even have people to try to attach to my life to get what they can from me in order to be able to be okay with, and they think they're okay with trying to do that. So in other words, they didn't want the person, they wanted the gift. So, I'm sure that a lot of you experience things like that. And I know a lot of us that have this gift, we go through that. Okay. But I want to come in here and talk to you about some basic things. And this is going to be something that I am going to share with you. I will be sharing a video with you every day about this. If you are one of the ones that need my services, I can be reached at pushthedream.com, or I can be reached at on social media platforms as Biz Strategist Sandy. However you decide to reach me, those are some of the ways you can find me. You can just Google Push the Dream and it'll come up. Google possibly Sandy Lewis and some of my social media platforms will come up. So I'm here. I'm available. Google me, find me. I'm here. I'm here to make a difference. I'm not here to play with you. I'm here to make a difference in your life and use my gifts and my talents to do that. Now, that's where I want to elaborate and talk about you. You have something that we need. You have something that and you may not want to do a business yourself, but you have something to offer the world. And we're coming into these times with these economic, the downturn in the economy, the recession and all this stuff. Prices going up, gas is sky high, food is going up 20-30 cents. Whatever you purchase, you can see it, the price has increased at least 20-30 cent more or percentage more. But you don't have to be afraid and stop there. If you are one of those that are entrepreneur in spirit and in wanting to just create wealth and just do a business, you've always wanted to do it, and you may be out there doing it now, but you want to elaborate and you want to grow it even more. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this here for some days now. So, but this video here is just going to kind of share with you some things and reiterate some things about business that maybe you know and maybe you don't know. Now, the first thing I do want to talk to you about, if you're a person that you want to come up with an idea or you haven't come up with an idea, and you don't know what business to start, just think about what have you done on your job for the last, if you've had a job, for the last 10, 15, 20 years. What have you given an employer? What have you given them? What skill set that you have? Go back and look at your resume. And sometimes some people, you can package that into your own business. But I'm going to tell you, don't be afraid to even think about coming up with strategies to do that. That's where I come in and I help you if you having some issues with that. But this is the thing. We all have something that we can do. Ask yourself this question. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to DM me. You don't have to even let me know. Ask yourself this question. What am I good at that I love doing? Number two, that I can make it into a business. Get your sheet of paper and a pen or a pencil and just sit down and do it. Just write it out. Think about it. If you have to sleep on it, wake up in the morning and do it, or take a nap, power nap, and get up and start brainstorming and decide. Just do it. Find out. Sometimes, not all times, but sometimes you have uh, a gold mine in front of you or beside you or in your lap, however you want to look at it or whatever you want to call it. So, with that being said, I think the next thing setting in with us is you've never seen that type of idea. You've never seen it in action around you. You've never seen anybody doing it. You've never seen, you never thought that you probably, or it can happen in your environment or around, you're not in the proximity of that particular thing happening because you got so many people in your ear in a negative way. They'll call you a big dreamer. They'll call you, you hallucinating and all that can happen for you, and they just don't see it in your in your future. Because just remember, the ones that are encouraging you now, they probably don't see nothing in their own future. So, next thing, number two, we as people in general, races, they all have a different, if you notice, they all have a different little, a way of doing things. And I think in the African American community, this is why we're so behind and we just don't see some great things, and we have such great skills and we don't see it because we haven't had it in our environment. And we're the type of people, for the most part, in not all cases, we're crabs in a barrel. We bring each other down. I'm going to say it, we're lazy minded. We're not lazy, but we're just lazy minded. What I mean by that, we don't read. We want, we want everything given to us. We're putting down others that are doing things that we're not doing. We have to stop that. Our energy is focused in the wrong places. They're not focused in areas that we can enhance our lives, improve our lives. We don't get therapy like we need it. We don't sit down and talk to someone that can make it better. We always think that we always one up on someone. We know it. We always want to be one up on somebody. We got to stop that because it's not going to get you anywhere. But that's just a part of your limiting success. So I just had to put that in there. I know I kind of went off in left field there with that. But it's a part of why most of us are stuck when it comes down to growing in business. Number two, in order to help you, in order for you to get to the next level in a business, or just kind of just being a wealth builder in this space, is you have to structure everything correctly. You can't be, I know, look, listen, when everybody talk about a business, what's the first thing? If somebody can just write it down in the comment, if you hearing it later, please answer this question. What's the first thing everybody start doing? Oh, gotta go get an LLC, right? There's steps before you get an LLC. They automatically think I'm in business if I got an LLC. And you, yes, but there's things that has to happen before you do that. And not only that, it's so funny because it's like when you got your EIN number, you got your LLC. You think you, girl, I don't need Sandy. I don't need anybody to help me in business. I got this. I got this. That's what you tell yourself. But you, believe it or not, yeah, that's the foundation. Getting your name, making sure you got some other things in place, making sure you keeping your mouth closed before you get all these things in place is so important. Because what will happen, you will get out there and you will give everything away, and you got that person that's just looking to steal something from you, or kind of take your idea, or they don't know what to do in their life, but they want to do something, but they're around you because they're sucking all the life and the blood out of you with with different things. I'm just talking, that's just the way it is sometimes. But here again, when you do that, then they go and start copying you, and they may try to beat you to the punch. I mean, which if you're around people like that, you need to run, really, to be honest with you. All jokes aside, and I mean, I'm just being facetious, but I am so serious at the same time. I really am. You need to make sure that you are really, really taking this thing serious, because I do believe in taking this serious with your business. There are so many layers to the success of owning a business and doing stuff as an entrepreneur. Some of you, I see you have so much to offer, but yet and still you're on social media with the wrong attitude and intent, and with the wrong, energy, in a sense that you are just really leaving some great things on the table for yourself. I'm not talking about for doing anything for anybody else. It's just that you're hurting yourself. And I understand. I hear this sometimes. Everybody don't want a business. I understand that, but I'm thankful to God that you don't. For those that don't, and those that are saying that, because one day, possibly, you probably can be a part of my team of some great things that I'm working on and will be working on. So, hey, there's over 7 billion people in the world. Guess what? I do understand that. But I'm not talking to those that don't want to start a business or don't want to be an entrepreneur in that aspect, or don't want to build wealth from that perspective. I am not speaking to you. You just here to, just sit down and eat your popcorn or whatever you want to do, and just listen. For those that you may come in contact that may want to, then guess what? Sandy is here for those people, because those people are the ones that I want to work with, because it's just not like a gravitational pull. You get me? So, and a lot of us business coaches and things that we do, it's like a gravitational pull sometimes, because people are resistant to being great. I don't know, being great within that area. I mean, you can be great in so many ways. Don't get me wrong. You do what you do, but I'm just not in that space. Okay. And I want to work with the people that want to be in a different place, in the space that I'm teaching in, or I'm coaching or consulting in. Those are the people that I want to talk with, because I don't have to make them do what it needs to do. Now, some people, I mean, I have worked with one or two that really, it just, you tell them to do something and they'll do it, but then they'll go right back and self-sabotage. It's just like a lottery winner. When the lottery winner win the lottery, guess what they do? They revert back after 3 or 4 years. They back broke again. So, some people are like that in business, and there's nothing you can do about it, because that's just, it is what it is. Alrighty. Now, next thing I do want to talk about, really piggybacking on what I just said about that LLC and that EIN number. Third thing I just want to share with you, and we'll just stop here, and I'll give you another tad bit later. With this third thing, you have no idea how much that when you start your business and when you're getting the proper setup, like, you setting up your structure in your business, you don't know the opportunities that can await you. Let me share a few of them with you. Future government contracting, that's with the federal government. That can be with any kind of government or entity, a business, corporate business. The economy is changing so now in different aspects. A lot of companies are maybe not hiring as many people, but they are using contractors, and maybe you have a skill set that can benefit that company, but you got to be set up and structured on the back end before you can get those opportunities in front of you. Okay. In plain sight. You may not know how to do grant writing. You may not know how to do, things when it comes down to getting a grant prepared. But guess what? I do. That's one of my services too for those clients that need that kind of stuff done. That's what I do. It's a very intense research, and my prices are what they are when it comes down to that, because I have to do a lot of work with that. I definitely know that, and I will not exchange my precious time and waste it on somebody that's not serious, especially when it comes down to that kind of thing. So don't even, if you don't even come to me about a grant if you're not willing to take care of your investment. Okay. Now, what I also want to say about that, there's other areas in this here part that you don't understand, that you can, for is leveraging your business, having your business established and structured, that you can increase your business credit to get and even start other businesses in, as you're building up this business, or your business, which are some things that I'm working on now for myself, and they are very, very, they're going in the right direction, because and everything is a process, you guys. I know y'all want to get your LLC today and you've gotten your EIN number yesterday, and you feel like, hey, I got to make $10,000 by next week or this thing ain't gonna work. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to be patient with yourself, and you have to grow. You got to make $100 before you can make you got to make $10 before you can make 100. You got to make $100 before you can make 1,000. You got to make $1,000 before you can make 10,000. You got to make 10,000 before you can make 100,000, and you got to make 100,000 before you can make 1,000,000. It's just that easy, simple, and straightforward. So I say this to you: being patient and understanding that it is a process will take you a long way, because just do think about this. The time is going to happen anyway. If you rush it and then you give up, you will have missed the opportunity that you could have had, like maybe next year. Now, during the pandemic, we had all these people with all of this extra money, and you hear a lot of people came up. They came up financially. They started businesses during the pandemic, and they claim like, oh yeah, I started my business through the pandemic and I made extremely well. Yeah, you probably did at that time, but will it sustain you in the long run to make the money that you made back during that particular short span of time? It'll be different. So don't let people fool you like, yeah, I grew my business from zero to a couple of, a million, or maybe $100,000 in 30 days or 90 days or whatever. The money was flowing a little bit differently then. I've been doing this thing for a while. We're coaching about 10 or 15 years. And throughout my coaching, because I used to do one-on-one. And then when social media came, I started doing it, a little bit differently. And for as me doing classes, I really hadn't been in a large, doing a large group of classes like I am getting ready to shift and change my business model now to do more classes and do it, collectively with a group of people together. Because I know, although a lot of people have different businesses, basically a lot of the stuff is the same. Now, if a person want one-on-one with me, that's a total different, conversation. And working one-on-one with you, I can help you get to where you need to be, from a different light. My prices have been very moderate in the past, but they won't be anymore. I ended that last year, because it is very intense. And a lot of times I'm finding out when I'm working with people and I let them know that what specific things will cost them for their business, they're either not ready for it, or they really don't want to spend the investment for themselves in it. And I don't have time for that kind of stress, because to me, that's, you either going to do this because it doesn't lead you to the success that you need to be. If you're going to get the momentum and start the business, you need to go ahead and just continue on. And then no matter what break, sometimes I try to give people a break within, so I can get my side of what I'm working on for them together. And then they can come in and they can continue on. We can pick up where we left off. So by that time, they should have accumulated and saved, to so where we can get to that point to go to the next phase in their business. But sometimes I've had a few clients that really just didn't understand that concept. And but they kept going, but here at the same time, it's just not, you got to understand that it's not going to happen overnight. It's just the best I can put it. It won't happen overnight. And investing, getting things structured and set up. And then once I understand you got to have money coming in your business, in order for you to pay for the cost of doing business. And sometimes they can be a little slow, but just be prepared to take care. And then too, building business credit will help you do that too as well. And once we, talk about things like that. But the wealth plan to profit is this, people. This is the bottom line. You must structure your business the way it needs to be. Get that basic stuff done, because everybody, you can Google that and find all of that. But what you can't Google and you cannot Google that process. I guarantee you that process, it has so many different little side events, that can happen, that can deter you, that can cause you to halt for a minute, and then it puts you back or set you back. You got your timeline out, and in a few weeks it can be, put off, I can say. So you got to make sure that you're equipped and ready for that. Okay. So with that being said, also, excuse me, making sure that when you are developing everything to get that process done, continuing to build on getting the right systems for it, what you need. Everybody may not need all the systems, the basic stuff, especially if I wouldn't even say a brick and mortar business, but a business like, if you're going to, let's say if you're going to do a business from home, and you're probably doing a small business like an e-commerce business or something like that. You're going to need a shop. You're going to need a shopping cart. You're going to need certain things. Sometimes you need an e-commerce store for that, but sometimes you may need a website. It's probably good to do a basic website. I mean, it's something that you're trying to create yourself. If you don't have the time to do it, hiring somebody to do it is so important. Making sure that you kind of know what you want involved in your website. But if you're using someone else to do it for you, you got to understand you need to take care of them for their expertise, and that'll save you the headache, because that's in their lane and they know what they're doing and they know how to help you. So those are some things there that I see people are not really taking seriously and taking advantage of. And then, like I said, with you have a skill set, and you have something that can help. You have something that you can develop into the marketplace, so you can present to the marketplace, that will be beneficial to your buying base. And whatever it is, it can be in ministry, it can be whatever it is. It doesn't have to be it, people. It can be whatever you want it to be. It really can. And I guarantee you there's some space somewhere for what you have to offer somewhere. So I'm going to get together and maybe have a link for those that want to come in, and we get together and have a meeting together. And it'll be something that I want to take serious, maybe about 20 people eventually. It just came to me. I think those that are really serious and have an idea and just don't know which direction to go, I think I'm gonna do that. And then in exchange for that, I want to get some testimonies out of that, and to see. But I'll be working with you one-on-one for, it would be a complimentary. It'll be for free. Yeah, I think about, no, not 20. I would say about 10 serious people, because I want to be able to give you 20 that'll stress me out. Um, it would have stressed me out in the point that I wouldn't have time to fit it in my schedule with my other things that I have going on. I would say about 10 people that I can kind of help you and kind of give you the ideas, but you'll have to do the work. I won't be doing the work for you now. When I say free, it won't be that kind of party. Okay, it'll be, we are discussing kind of like this, but it'll be more in a more intimate setting, and each time you have to be committed to the to the broadcast. I won't be giving it to you later on, and you won't have access to it. It'll be, you got to show up. You show. I think I'll do that for 5 days, and we'll see how that goes. But I'll do that later. I get that prepared. It just came to me. But what I want to leave you with today is wealth plan to profit. What I want to say to you is, beyond your LLC, beyond your EIN number, beyond your business bank account, beyond your DUNS number, beyond that stuff, you have to be marketing. You have to have your marketing on point. It's not even so much about your logo. It really isn't, people. It's not. It's about structuring yourself. But there's little small things in business that makes a difference, and they are so simple and plain. For instance, using too many fonts when you're advertising, or you're promoting something. If you're planning an event, how to structure that correctly, how to do that in a tasteful way. It's not, it don't have to be so expensive. Just getting a community together, getting, what are the ins and outs of some of those things when you're developing a community, things like that. Just some things that you just, like a checklist, that you don't, each phase of your business and each thing that you're working on, maybe some things that you're not thinking about that is so important. That's what I got you. I can help you make it happen and leave the stress off of you, and get you on your way with things like that. But here again, I hope that this talk just kind of helped. But I just wanted to come in, and I just felt led. I did an interview earlier with a great person. She's an inventor, and she's having an event this weekend. She's a friend of mine, and it's in New Jersey. But anyway, y'all probably see that video up at some point. You know, some point today, if you see this one first or whatever. But I just wanted to kind of just kind of bring this to you, because I have been working on some things anyway, a lot of stuff that I'm working on in business. And I was going to say I was going to come back in and do some live, some more lives, and talk about this. I need you to tell me too. I need y'all to tell me what you need in business. And if you are that serious person to go to the next level, outside of the 10 people that I'm gonna help, because once I put it up, I'll let you know in advance, and I'll probably work on it in a day or two. I want to know who's going to be serious about making this, getting in this. And once 10 people sign up, it'll be over. Okay, it'll be closed, and I will be working together, working in a group, as a group. But I want to help want you to get to the next level, because don't wait. Let me tell y'all something too before I go. Don't be passive about, doing things. And I know some of you keep saying, yeah, I want to start a business, or yeah, I want to do something else. Stop looking at things as the glass is half empty. Look at how much it means, that the amount of water that's in that glass, just what you can do with that water in that glass. And I saying this to you, just think about, you got the ability to do whatever that is that you feel like you want to do. Because if it wasn't important to God, it wouldn't be on your mind. It wouldn't be in your heart. It wouldn't be in your thought process. It wouldn't even be something that was in your spirit, people. You got to understand that. You got to understand that you were created for greatness. And whatever that greatness is, it's nudging at you, whatever it is. So I don't have to be the person to help you manifest it into the world, or to help you develop it, or to help you. But I hope you took something I said very seriously. I really hope you did. And that's what I'm going to leave you with. I'm going to talk to you later because I have a lot of work to do today. Okay. All right. And I'll talk to you guys later. All right. Have a beautiful day. If you remember, if you need, just leave your questions. You can DM me your questions if you have some. And if they are in my, they're in my ability to answer on the level that I want to, that I want to answer. Now, I have certain things, if it's too specific, I'll tell you, hey, you need to set up a consultation with me. It's just going to be that simple. Okay. But if anything's general, or either you need to wait and be one of those 10 people that will be in the, the mentoring group that I'm going to start. Okay. All righty. I'll talk to you later. All right. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.